There, I got invited to perform at Bennett College, which is an all-girls HBCU right across the way. You feel me? From there, I'm in Winston-Salem. Now I'm in Charlotte. Now I'm in Boston. Now I'm in Vegas. Like, it literally, spoken word, literally grabbed me and said, come on. That's how I got here. No research, no desire to go out. No, it literally, for the first 2 years, I kept getting invited to all these places every single time I performed. Every single time. And fast forward, here we are, the spoken word professional.
He's going to give us a 15-minute keynote to inspire us for the new year. Y'all put your hands together for B He is a master poet. He also teaches a performance workshop. He proudly quit Apache Cafe earlier this year.
So first, I gotta give a warm shout out to Queen fucking Sheba. You have no idea how much you've impacted my journey since the first time I met you in 2011 at the Mo Soul Festival in Greensboro, North Carolina with Josephus. Yes, we just went back all the way to the Poetry Slam when I flew out. I didn't fly out, I called a Megabus, excuse me. Megabus, all the way to Atlanta and performed in your slam to, you know what I'm saying, to 2018 when I moved out here, and I was like, bro, like, I gotta mimic somebody who's really doing it. Like your hosting is just bar none. You know what I'm saying? My hosting, a lot of my qualities came from watching you as a host, and then, you know, featuring me on V103 Atlanta radio, to now delivering my very first keynote speech. I'm very happy. Thank you. For real. So first keynote, what's going on, y'all? Mr. B ROCKSTAR, aka Mr. B Rock, aka B Rock. Depending on what you call me determines where we met in my journey. So it's a privilege to be here. I am a spoken word professional, expert, and CEO, and I'll kind of go into what that means as a professional. I mean, come on now, we putting it together, goddamn. I done packaged myself, so I'm ready for this keynote. I got to stick myself. Can you cuss?
Don't curse at other keynotes at the universities and shit.
Okay, yeah, I mean, shit. We'll cuss after. Okay, cool. So, I mean, y'all know me and shit. Like, I don't even feel like, but I'm gonna go through it because I prepared it. Anyway, Mr. B ROCKSTAR, spoken word professional, expert, CEO. As a professional, my career has taken me all over the country. I've featured in over 17 states at this point, countless cities. Done 2 national tours, 4 spoken word and music concerts with a live band that were over an hour long. I have 7 albums. 2 of those albums are visual albums. She was actually on one of those visual albums. Poppy is also on that visual album as well. Yeah. It's the world's first Instagram spoken word album. Actually, the world's first Instagram album, period. So that's been lit. Got 2 books. I like long walks on the beach. All of those things. Man, yeah, so as a professional, it's been a privilege. It's been a ride. I had no idea when I did my first poem back in 2009 that this is where I would be. I had no idea whatsoever. I wrote 1 poem, y'all. Literally 1 poem my whole life. I used to write these emotional notes to my mother. That's what I called them, emotional notes, since I was like 6. Why this? Why that? Why daddy gone? Why we poor? Why you always smoking cigarettes? Why we gotta do this? Why we, you know? And from there, I wrote 1 poem. So when I was 18, I was dating this chick. We worked at Panera Bread together. And no, I was the man at Panera Bread. So anything you do, everything I've ever done in my life, I made sure that I was going to be at the top tier of that shit. You feel me? Like, I had the best Crispanis at Panera Bread. If y'all know what Crispanis is, that was them flatbread joints that they used to have in 07 and back. Y'all don't know. Y'all ain't. Anyway, so it was very, very important. I wrote this piece, and I read it so many times that I accidentally memorized it. This is the origins of B Rock right here. I was just branding then, right? And fast forward to college. I get to college, and I'm chilling with my homegirl in her dorm. She's a theater major, and she's doing these monologues. I'm like, oh, that's what's up. I kind of got something like that, right? And I let her hear the piece. And she's like, oh my God, that was amazing. You got to try out for this poetry group. I was like, poetry? Get the fuck out of here. Doing no poetry. I literally hated poetry from the bottom of my heart. Because all I knew was the old white guys, you know what I'm saying? Woe is the flowers, they're dying, and I'm dying with the flowers. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's all I knew about poetry. I didn't know about Def Poetry Jam. I didn't know about Verses and Flow. I didn't know about the sheet. You know what I'm saying? I didn't know none of that stuff. So she drags me to the open mic.
What year is this?
This is 09.
Okay.
09. I didn't start doing spoken word until I got to college. 09. Going to this open mic, we in there. I'm like, okay, this is cool. You know what I'm saying? It's not bad. You know what I'm saying? It's better than what I thought. You know what I'm saying? This is cool. They were promoting for the Poetry Slam the weekend after that. This is the end of my freshman year, mind you. I go to that, and my entire top gets blown off. I was like, what the fuck is this? This is not poetry. And what I learned later on in life, that it wasn't poetry, it was spoken word. And there are fundamental differences between poetry and spoken word. We might get into it, we might not, but that's where the expert part comes into. We'll get into that. But it really, really ignited something inside of me. I saw something I never saw before, and I was so, so thankful for that experience that summer. So I'm gonna kind of throw in some personal information right now. So at the exact same time, and I don't want to trigger us or nothing like that, but our stepfather had actually just got shot in the head. And this is the end of my freshman year, and that coupled with this new experience created a fucking monster. And that summer, I wrote like 10 poems. You know what I'm saying? I think that's a lot. I thought that was a lot then. That's nothing now. I have like over 100 poems memorized in my head right now. Wow. So at the time, I thought, I'm like, shit, I'm gonna be the next Maya Angelou or something. You know what I'm saying? I don't know nobody yet. You know what I'm saying? So that was that. Fast forward to the open audition for this group called Couture Word. They had, like I said, they had a poetry section. And this is the biggest organization on campus. I went to North Carolina A&T State University. I have a dual degree in Bachelor's in English, Creative Writing, and American Literature. Anyway, yeah, you know what I'm saying? I'm smart. You know what I'm saying? I know some stuff. You know what I'm saying? I know a few things. I've read a few things. But yeah, it was very, very impactful because we had 30 seconds to audition, right? And like, it's so funny because people were nervous. I remember the girl in front of me, who was my ex now, and the guy behind me, like they were so, I'm going into stuff. Like it was a whole nervous thing, right? Everybody's like, I didn't give a damn. Like I had so much going on in my life. I was trying to stay in school. Like I had this random back disease called sciatica that came out of nowhere. I didn't even care. Like, so I'm getting on this stage, I'm gonna say what I gotta say, and I'm sitting down. Y'all either gonna like it or y'all not. 30 seconds, they blow the horn, right? I get up there, say my piece, they blow the horn, and the room erupts. Erupted. And that's why this story is so funny, because I can't relate to so many people who get into this, like, man, you know, you gotta work to get to being good and getting the claps and all that stuff. No, literally my very first poem shut the room down, like from the very beginning, and it never came down. Like, so from there, I got asked to be the first feature for the organization, right? From there, I got invited to feature at UNCG, which was right down the street. From there, I got invited to perform at Bennett College, which is an all-girls HBCU right across the way. You feel me? From there, I'm in Winston-Salem. Now I'm in Charlotte. Now I'm in Boston. Now I'm in Vegas. Like, it literally, spoken word, literally grabbed me and said, come on. That's how I got here. No research, no desire to go out. No, it literally, for the first 2 years, I kept getting invited to all these places every single time I performed. Every single time. And fast forward, here we are, the spoken word professional. That translated into the spoken word expert. As an expert, I am also the creator of POTS Alpha Performance Training. So what I do is I teach stage confidence and premium performance techniques.
You better premium performance techniques! Come on, big
Hit the motherfucking horns!
Thank you for the heart.
We might stop getting high at the workshop. DeMarco, smack DVD right now. POTS Alpha Performance Training. I teach stage confidence and premium performance techniques to poets, writers, and people struggling with social anxieties. Although I'm a rock star, I'm also very introverted. And this performance science played a huge role in my success, as well as 100 other people. Who are those 100 other people? So before it was POTS Alpha, it was called POTS Beta. POTS Beta was in a testing phase because during COVID, I actually woke up one day, and I'm sure all of us had some sort of reflective moment, right, during COVID. I hope you did. I hope you wasn't just sitting around eating bonbons for 5 months and then went back outside 30 pounds heavier. Anyway, some of us did, some of us didn't. I feel seen. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to expose you. That's what spoken word artists do. Anyway, I woke up and said, I want to get better. Nothing was wrong. Like, I had gigs, like nobody was saying I'm falling off. I literally woke up and my spirit was like, get better on stage right now. And I went on this intense research journey, and I'm like looking for just performance resources. And I just kept seeing writing workshops, no offense, writing workshops, writing. I'm like, dude, like, I want to get better on, I love writing. I've been doing writing workshops since the beginning, but I want to get better on stage. I need performance-centered techniques, right? And I couldn't find them. The closest thing I found was one of my idols, Sekou Andrews, who is a premier spoken word artist on the West Coast. He won National Poetry Slam and has made his waves in the corporate space. He had something like that. It was called Stage Might. But the only issue I had with Stage Might was that you couldn't talk to him. It was literally just pre-recorded stuff. You buy the chorus and you just do the modules on your own, which is cool to a certain extent. I mean, it's cool, boo, right? But it's cool, right? But I feel like you need both. I wanted to talk to him. I wanted to be able to interact and have that experience and have him put his hands on my poem type of thing, you know? And I couldn't find that, so I created it.
Yes, sir.
I uncovered performance science. There is literally a science behind great performances. And it boils down to 4 aspects: waking the spirit,
Come on.
body language, saying it with your chest, and engaging the audience. And with these 4 concepts, I created exercises, tangible documents that I could use so I could specifically pinpoint what part of this poem needs to be revved up a little bit, right? And from there, I actually had the most so after, conducting those workshops on myself, it led to me having the most paid gigs I had in a single month. In the March 2021, I had 12 paid gigs. So almost... Hit the motherfucking horns! Thank you very much. So basically every other day, I was performing and getting paid to perform, right? It was a phenomenal month. I couldn't believe it because you don't realize it until the month is over, right? I'm like, bro, we just killed the game in March. I think we just killed the game, right? And I was so happy because, COVID was basically ending and we're back outside. It was phenomenal. And I realized as people were telling me, and I'm like thinking about it, people need this stuff. They need these tools and these resources. So I basically packaged it and I took myself on a mission. This is where POTS Beta was officially born. I took myself on a mission to help 100 poets. I said, I'm going to provide this service for 100 poets. I'm going to give them the first workshop free, and then they could just pay me $25 for a whole hour to do the other, the other one. So you do 3 other workshops, 3 other sessions. And it was phenomenal. Most of them were poets. I had a couple actors, a few comedians. I had 1 singer. And it was a phenomenal year. It was tough. I found them just through my network. I'm heavy in these streets, y'all. Like, I'm always spoken word something. Like, that's all I do. Anyway, I got a life. It's my life. Anyway, I do other stuff. I like to skate. Anyway, it was very, very important. And I just add this note. Whatever your network is, man, take advantage of that. talk to people. And as an introvert, for me, it was a little bit difficult, you know what I'm saying, to do that, because naturally, I just want to be on an island somewhere, minding my damn business, and whatever the world is doing, that's just what the world is doing, you know? But from a survival standpoint, I had to get out there. I had to get out of my shell. So what I was teaching people was actually helping me as well. And that year was so crucial because of that. Like, these were techniques that I taught myself. But what they taught me was what was the common threads that people faced as performers. What are the obstacles and the misconceptions that they have? And I'm realizing that I was chosen to debunk those misconceptions, to create this platform that would help people, you know, get over their stage fright and become better on stage, you feel me? And that's why POTS Alpha performance training was born. And now POTS Alpha works, we now do group sessions. It's 5 weeks, we go through those 4 parts, and then we added a part, which is, so it's POTS Alpha, A-L-P-H-A. A is alchemy, which is waking the spirit. L is loudness, which is saying it with your chest. P is position, which is body language, pose, P-O-S-E, position, opposition, switch, and expression. This is all applied to your body language. And then H, hold attention, which is engaging the audience. This is building conversation off stage, building conversation on stage, implementing the call and response, which is the most effective way to engage with the audience. When I say hey, y'all say ho. Hey, ho. Hey, ho. Hey, hey. Some of y'all went to public school. Anyway, it's very important. Engaging the audience. We just engaged right there. And now all of us are just a little bit more tuned into what's going on. That's an actual science to that. You feel me? So yeah, and then the last part was A, which is all together at once. So I use hosting and MC techniques to teach people how to deliver effective features. Because waking the spirit, saying it with your chest, body language, engaging the audience, that gives you a good piece. You know what I'm saying? You can rip one real good, ooh, kill it, get off stage. But there's a lot of people who can rip it one time, but their features are ass. Their transitions between the poems are not very, very well put together. And that's what all together at once is. I teach you how to put this all together at once. So that is the expert, spoken word expert, Mr. B Rockstar. Lastly is the CEO. That's why I'm looking all good and shit. There it is.
Yeah, there you go.
Can I get one more? Just one. Put some reverb on it. I like that. Anyway,
he's annoying.
Spoken word CEO. That is B Rock and Company. I established B Rock and Company back in 2012. And I say I established it because that's when I got my EIN. So whatever. I wasn't doing nothing with it until like I left my job in 2014. So I was a civil rights tour guide. And I basically did programs. I toured with people from all over the country for 4 years. And it was effective because it made me the chameleon that I am. I can engage with anybody. I can feature at a church. I can feature at a strip club. I can feature at a political rally. I can feature at a birthday and rip all of them. And I have performed in all of them and ripped all of them. And I owe the Civil Rights Museum that. But yeah, so B Rock and Company is 3 pillars. That is education, which we just talked about with POTS Alpha. There's entertainment, which we just kind of talked about as far as me featuring interviews, keynote speeches and stuff like that, you know, books, albums, all that good stuff. And then lastly is events. I am also the curator and host of many events, and I've actually been curating pretty much as long as I've been performing pretty much. Like when I joined that organization, that very next year, they made me the coordinator of the word sector. 1 year, I've been performing now, it's probably like 9 months I had been performing officially, and they made me the coordinator of the poets of this organization. Wow, right? So we've been putting together events since then, you know, so really since the beginning of my career. What I do now on the event side, I have one event called Deep Strokes, which is a paint and sip interactive experience. We use erotic poetry and nude models to deliver an awesome experience to the people. I also have a bi-monthly, quarterly event, which is called the Moan Room. That was premiered at Apache Cafe. I'm so thankful for that opportunity. And so yeah, we do that. On a monthly basis, we have House of Crowns. You know what I'm saying? Featuring Crowns Hookah. Yeah. It's an awesome event. The theme is positive affirmations. That's monthly at Urban Grind, right down the street. And I also have a new weekly event, which is online, called Mikes and Mingle. And I actually just left from there. This is actually the attire that I wear for Mikes and Mingle online, because when we went back outside, I just kind of said, you know, fuck everybody else online, I'm going back outside. Like, Clubhouse was fun, Instagram, that was fun, but I'm going back outside. I got 12 paid gigs, and Mark, what are you talking about? I ain't going back in the house. No, but yeah, so I created this platform because I wanted to reestablish that connection. Very important. Other than that, I'm just a guy, man. You know, I'm a 33-year-old millennial from Baltimore, Maryland. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I went to school in North Carolina, and it's been a privilege. It's been a journey.